Hi everyone. How are we doing tonight?
Good.
Good. Okay. So thanks for joining me again for the group for women who work full time and go to grad school. I know we're coming to the end of our 6-week program. This is week 5, and next week will be our last week. We're pretty much going to meet and just wrap it up. So tonight, I have a little handout that I want to do. It's just 8 little questions, and you can answer one word or a sentence. It's up to you guys. And it's just to get a feel of where we are now than in the beginning. It's going to kind of measure if your anxiety's gone down or your stress levels have gone down, and kind of see if the group has really helped. And then after, we'll just kind of share our answers, and then we can just leave it for an open discussion if we want. So if you want to take a pen. So just take a minute to fill this out. You don't have to answer all 8 if you don't want to, and then just let me know when it's finished. Okay, so we can start talking about some of our answers, and if we get to one that you didn't fill in, you just want to say it out loud, then you guys can. So does anybody want to start with one that they answered right away, or maybe something that they thought really helped them, or a question that they really wanted to answer?
I'll start. Number 1.
Okay, what does it say?
I learned that.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that I can't do every task.
Anybody else answer that question?
I was thinking something on a similar lines as that I don't need to be able to do everything all at once.
Right. Anyone else?
Me too.
Same thing?
Right, about I learned that, it's okay to delegate, even one person can do everything.
Right. I mean, because our group is based on stress, and I know that you all work full time and you go to school, so I know you try to take on a lot of things at once, and so this has helped you to realize that it's okay not to take on everything and be able to deal with stress. What about another one? Can you see me? One that I thought was really important was number 4, the one that says I especially enjoyed, because I know this is a group again based on stress, and when you were coming here you were kind of stressed and maybe you didn't want to talk or things like that. So is there anything you guys enjoyed out of this group?
Well, I enjoyed the interactions with the group, being able to relate to all women in the group that we're all going through the same thing. So, I'm not by myself with this.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of said the same thing. I said I enjoyed the support of others.
Right, because it is important to have, that support if maybe you guys don't think you were finding it at home, and that's why you all came here. You guys kind of interacted, and, maybe sometimes you grabbed coffee after and been able to talk and things like that. So it's good to keep connections.
Well, the same way. I enjoyed being in this group.
And then what about one more? How about, let's do 2 more. So I think the ones that are most important on the list, since we are coming to the end of our group, is number 7, which is I plan to change, and number 8 is one personal goal. So what are some things that maybe you guys plan to change that this group has helped you realize maybe you should change in order to deal with stress?
For me, it's time management.
That's what I basically put. I said my schedule, making sure I organize things better.
So that you're not as stressed throughout your day. You guys kind of agree?
I think it's so interesting that almost every single one we've gone through, we've all put the same thing.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. I think it is interesting. You are here kind of for the same reasons, even though you might have different jobs or things like that, but at the end of the day, it does come down to stress. I know people handle it differently, but, you know, you guys can kind of relate on that level, and that's where, you know, you get that support from this group. And then the last one personal goal. So what do you guys want to maybe take from this at the end of the 6 weeks as a goal to do in the future?
Work on my time management.
Time management?
I would learn to relax more and let stuff go.
I put to continue to take care of myself, so kind of just like I chose to be a part of this group, hoping to get some sort of self-care out of it, so continue to do things that will help me de-stress.
And I wrote to manage my time better.
Okay, time management.
Manage stress.
To manage stress. Okay. So like you said, they're all pretty much related. Obviously, when it comes to stress, because that's the major thing. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Do you find that you deal with stress differently than when you came here the first week? Have you found that you've been able to kind of talk yourself through it? Or do you maybe find that you're at the same level and you're still stressing?
I feel like I manage it more because I've been using a lot of skills that I've learned in the group, and it's been easier for me now to handle work and all the schoolwork that I have to do.
I feel the same way. And I also want to commend Erica for always being like positive and open with the group. It made me feel really relaxed and open to share.
Sorry, I was
Alright, well, we're going to kind of wrap up this week. Thank you all for answering the questions and being honest. So we're going to keep going with it. Yes.
I just wanted to say that, like, I feel like just coming to the group and being able to, like just coming is something I look forward to. So in the beginning of the day, it's like, oh, I get to come to group later, so it kind of already makes me feel a little less stressed because I have something to look forward to. And then talking about it is another way to release stress, and then talking about other things and laughing and
I
all
agree.
these things.
So this group really was like a resource, but it was very informative. I had to deal with stress and to know that I wasn't by myself and alone, and I had other women who experienced the same thing.
Do you guys find that you use the tools outside of here too? Like maybe at home, have you been expressing it to your family and friends and stuff on how they can help you as well? Or do you kind of just rely on coming here and things like that?
And that was one of the things that I was surprised about, that I was able to use the things that I learned here in group at in home and at work too.
I feel I did have support at home, so that's why I joined the group. So what I've learned here, I try to set those same standards in my home, so my family can understand my issues that I have, and understand the stress that I have, and so we can all work together to manage the stress and daily things that we have to do.
And then just kind of like a brief run through from the beginning. I know when we first met, we put those rules on the board. Do you guys feel like they were respected and met, and everybody kind of respected their boundaries and things like that? Do you think that the goals or the rules help the group kind of? Do you think if they weren't there, things would have been different?
It made us feel, it created a safe environment.
just like laying it out, kind of mapped out where everyone's own personal boundaries were and how not to hit them. And
Well, yeah, I mean, because in the beginning of the group, we're all new, nobody really knows each other. And if we are dealing with stress, and we don't know who's at their breaking point and who's not. So on a level of 1 to 10, how stressed would you say you are now compared to the beginning of the sessions, the beginning of the weeks? With 1 being not stressed and 10 being the most.
Say 2.
I'd say maybe a 3, especially looking at what I learned in this group about how stress can affect you. So I would say a 3.
I mean, overall, the group definitely has helped me come to staying consistent, kind of at a 4. But there's times during the day, during the week, that I may be a 7 or an 8, but I know that it will change and I'll eventually come back.
I would say I'm about 3-4 in that range.
I think I'm 3 as well.
So it's much lower now than it was in the beginning. And then just one last question, how do you guys think, because stress is always going to be there, we're always going to have to deal with it, and there's times where you're going to have a stress level of a 10. How might you deal with it outside of group?
I think I'll use techniques that work. Sometimes it's very stressful to take a break and then come back to it later or on a walk or something.
Right, so like we all said in our papers, not trying to take on everything at once. Maybe give yourself a little time to, breathe it out, maybe do something that you like to enjoy, and like you said, come back and finish the task if you have to. Do you all agree?
Yes.
So, thanks for joining me tonight. Thank you for answering honestly and talking openly. I'm glad that we all agree that the group has been working and our stress levels are going down. And then we'll be back next week for our final meeting. And then we can kind of interact. You guys can, make connections and things like that. So it doesn't have to just stop here. You guys can kind of take it after group as well. Okay? All right, so see you guys next week.